This week I have once again stolen my quick tips just because I can. And I'm going to be talking about how to create remarkable characters. And I got these tips from Tim Harris, who, of course, is the author of Mr. Bam Buckle's Remarkables and also the author of Toffle Towers. And Tim wrote a blog post for my blog, AllisonTait.com. You'll find it quite easily. But I will also put the link in the show notes, which you'll find at yourkidsnextread.com. And these are his top sort of tips for creating remarkable characters for your stories. And he's got a couple of different options of a couple of different tips. I'll only share a couple here, but you'll find 6 of them at the blog post. So the first one is to keep it simple. So he says, this might sound rather unremarkable, but if you don't overcomplicate things, like if you just give them a couple of distinct traits, then they'll make a real impression, as opposed to loading them up with 1,000 different things that make them remarkable. So his examples are Fred and George Weasley guarantee cheekiness and loyalty. The big friendly giant, the BFG, is gentle and quirky in speech. Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games is brave and determined. So if you're going to create a character, they don't need to be smart, kind, brave, determined, cheeky, loyal, gentle, and quirky in speech. They only need to be a couple of those things so that they make an impression. Otherwise, they're just a jumble of different things. He says when you're writing a story, give your characters a physical presence. So maybe they always wear black. Maybe they always wear stripy socks. Maybe they twiddle their thumbs when they're nervous. Something memorable, but one thing. So not like 26 different things again. And then the last things he says, or the last thing I'm going to share today, he's got other things as well. Characters need to want something. If you're creating a remarkable character, that character has to want something, even if it's just to make it through a day at school without being beaten up or without being called on by the teacher or whatever, but they have to want something, because what they want is going to drive the story forward. The whole story is about them trying to get what they want. So you've got to think very carefully when you're setting up your character about what that character wants. And then you make it really hard for them to get there. So those are my 3 tips for creating remarkable characters. Actually, Tim Harris's tips, but let's not niggle about that.